Good Sunday evening, everybody. I'm meteorologist Tim Pandajis here with your Atlantic tropical update. We've got two invests out there right now, 92L sitting off the southeast coast, and another brand new one, 93L, that's well east of the Leeward Islands out in the Atlantic Main Development Region. We're also going to touch on a tropical storm that's out in the Pacific Basin, the eastern Pacific, and that is Pamela, because it's going to impact portions of Mexico, but eventually it'll get swept up by a strong cold front and bring some enhanced rainfall to maybe portions of Texas, and then a big push of some cooler air. Today is October 10th, 2021. All right, here's a look at Invest 92L. Just yesterday, or just this morning really, still had 50-50 odds of developing, but it looks like the window has closed. You can see overall it is very elongated, strewn out, dry air, wind shear tearing this thing apart, and now it looks like only 20% chance of it developing at all in the next 2 days or 5 days as it moves off to the northeast and eventually out into the open Atlantic. So here's our storm list names. We've got one left. We've been talking about this for a while now. Wanda, that's it. What do we do after that? Well, we do have that supplemental list that's now been introduced. We no longer use the Greek alphabet, but here's a look at that supplemental list there. We still got just under 2 months left in the hurricane season, and we'll likely tap into that. Radar out of Morehead City in North Carolina and Wakefield. All of the rain that yesterday was over eastern North Carolina has pushed farther to the east and offshore, so not really impacting anybody anymore. Now, the center of Invest 92L is sitting right over the Gulf Stream, so if it wasn't for the dry air, wasn't for the wind shear, it'd have a pretty good go at having a little brief window of some development, but that's not looking likely to take advantage of that. Now, spaghetti models looking a little bit clearer than they did yesterday. There's definitely a push to the north, northeast, and then east, southeast over the coming days. Doesn't look to be an issue. We may even see this drop south and loop back around. We'll see how the overall pattern shapes on out and evolves. Now let's get over to 93L. This is well east of the Leeward Islands. You could see there, U.S. British Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, Barbuda, Antigua, all the islands there well to the east of there, which is good news. 20% chance of development here of becoming Wanda in the next 2 days. Slightly higher chances within the next 5 at 30%. Looks pretty organized here. A little burst of some convection here just to the west of what is defined by the models, at least, as the center. Now, since it's brand new, not a lot of models have had a run time yet to put their projection or solution out, but I will tell you that most of them, at least now, you can tell, does loop it on out to sea. There are a few that keep it riding south, low latitude runner there, and heading into the Caribbean. If that was to occur and head into the Caribbean, this is the favorable area for October for development. So if it was to make it there, it'd be something to certainly watch. But with the overall pattern that's looking to shape up over the United States this week and into next weekend, we're going to have a big front dropping south. So likely this scenario we will see play out, looping on out to sea. But it does take it into the northern leewards and potentially towards the U.S. British Virgin Islands. At that point, how strong will it be? Hard to say right now. We'll see how the wind shear pattern plays on out, but we'll have to watch it here going forward to see if it actually organizes, first of all. Now let's get over to the eastern Pacific. Here's Pamela. New name storm, 45-mile-per-hour winds. That's a tropical storm, but the track on here does have it strengthening rapidly up to a Category 2 hurricane before landfall here on the Pacific coast of Mexico. As it moves inland, of course, rapidly weakening, very mountainous region there. But why I'm showing you this is because the moisture from this will actually be pulled north and spread out along an incoming front through the central parts of the United States. Watch the moisture here from Pamela kind of get spread out and thrown into central Texas. That front will act to squeeze it out as it drops south. Behind that front, by the way, is a big dose of some autumn weather. So us here in southeast Texas, we're looking forward to that. That's the latest out there in the tropics. Nothing imminent, no impacts likely necessarily in the next 5 days or so. If there are any changes to that, we'll have a video for you. But until next time, we're on social media, Twitter, Instagram, and on Facebook. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.